Run up, get done up. 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 If you beefing, I got you. If you beefing, I got you. I'm a gangster. I'm a gangster at heart. I'm a gangster at heart. I'm a gangster who likes sprinkles and glitter. Does that make any sense? I'm a gangster that likes sprinkles and glitter and lip gloss. It makes sense. It makes sense. Don't think too hard. Let's try it again. Okay. Come on. Come on, Lee. Come on, Lee.
We want to make sure we're in focus.
I don't know what's wrong with me. But I'm just, whatever, okay? Whatever. What you see is what you get. And put your back into it. Go, mama, show me how you do it. Shake that ass, girl. I don't know why 50 Cent is in my head. 50 Cent and Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane has also been in my head. Are you guys familiar with, like, the Lemonade song? Living on my chain with my feet up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I don't know why, but they've been in my mind. They've been in my mind. All morning. But anyway, let's get started. Anyway, for real though. Let's get started. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Okay, we gotta wait because there's a lot happening outside. I really don't like living in the city. I would like to go back to... I'm not a city person.
Welcome and or welcome back. I am Crystal. My name is Crystal and this is Makeup Mental, my channel, Makeup Mental. We're gonna hop right into it, okay? We're gonna hop right into it. So these are my unpopular opinions, natural hair edition. Saying this up front, okay? Saying this up front. Again, these are my opinions, okay? And my opinions alone. Do not take what I say as Bible. Again, these are simply my opinions, all right? I think using grease is actually necessary sometimes. So apparently there was like this no grease, no oils movement of some sort, and to each his own, all right? I would say that using grease is not a bad thing. I think it's about your technique and like how you apply it, I guess, in your routine, as well as how much you use. Because grease can weigh your hair down, if I'm being honest. Grease can weigh your hair down. However, I do think that using grease sometimes is necessary. You don't need your edges. You don't need your edges to be done or laid all the time. Yep, I said it. I said it. Like, just let them be sometimes. Honestly, I hate to say this. No, I don't hate to say this. Let me just get it out. I feel like that's some of the reason. I think that is part of the reason why edges break off. Sorry, not sorry. Constantly manipulating the edges. They have to be laid. They don't have to be laid or done all the time. One, I don't think that doing your edges every once and again is a bad idea. I don't. Right? I don't. You know, sometimes we could use a little decor, right? I feel like laying your edges is like a form of decoration, somewhat, if that makes any sense. However, like, I feel like it's a problem. If you cannot, this is what I think is a problem. If you cannot have a specific hairstyle, or you cannot, like, yeah, basically, if you cannot go a hairstyle without, am I saying that correctly? Hopefully you can pick up what I'm putting down. Just hear me out. If every single time you have a hairstyle, your edges have to be laid, there's an issue. There's probably something that needs to be unpacked deep within yourself. I'm just saying, like, your edges do not have to be done or laid all the time for you to look good or done up. Come on. Jeez. Next, using oil as a sealant is not a bad thing to me. As I previously mentioned, like the whole no oil, no grease situation, I just feel like that's nonsense. Like, that's nonsense to me, you know? Like, it's nothing wrong with using oil, especially as a sealant. Just be mindful of how you use it and how much you use. This might be controversial. Washing your hair weekly, to me, washing your hair weekly is the way to go. I'm just saying it's the way to go. I don't know if I'm coming from a biased point because I have low porosity hair, meaning that product can easily like just sit on top of my hair. You know, I don't know if I'm coming from a biased point, but yeah. Washing your hair weekly to me is the best way to go. I mean, there's nothing wrong with washing your hair bi-weekly. I just feel like if you wash your hair bi-weekly, please make sure or do your very personal best to stick to that every 2 weeks. Because for me, if I wash my hair weekly, it forces me to get into rhythm. It forces me to be consistent in that specific way. If I were to, and I'm specifically speaking about my habits, if I were to do a bi-weekly wash, my ADHD would simply, if I did my hair or if I washed my hair every 2 weeks, my ADHD would basically trick my brain into possibly putting it off, you know? So it's sort of like procrastination, but it's not procrastination at the same time. So washing my hair weekly forces me to be consistent and be intentional. Co-washing is necessary sometimes, and it ain't, okay? It isn't a bad thing, okay? Some people talk about how co-washing is bad and how co-washing is lazy, but let me tell you something. Not everyone has the energy for a full routine, all right? Not everyone has the energy sometimes. Chill out on people, okay? Please, chill out on people. Again, co-washing isn't a bad thing. Sometimes it's necessary because the overall goal is to take care of the hair, wash it, all that good stuff, okay? So yes, in my personal opinion, co-washing isn't a bad thing. Chill on people, please. Knowing your hair porosity might be more important than knowing your hair type. That might be controversial. Yeah, I said it. I'm just saying, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there because I know sometimes the girls like to tussle over the hair type and all that stuff, okay? But knowing your hair porosity might be a little more important than knowing your curl type or your, you know, hair type or what have you. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. Hopefully. Your hair does not have to be long to look good. You have some people who are completely obsessed with length, okay? And you have some people who are obsessed with like definition and things of that nature. I don't think wanting long hair is a bad thing, and I also don't think that wanting definition is a bad thing as well. I think that it's important to be like, I don't know. I feel like it's important to be honest with yourself when it comes to your hair and short hair, okay? So the shrinkage, you know, there's shrinkage here, whatever. So my hair is not long, okay? My hair isn't long, but I genuinely feel as though you do not need long hair to look good, to feel good. Like, let's have a healthy scalp. Let's have some nice and clean strands, right? Because they say that your hair grows regardless. Your hair's gonna grow regardless. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with wanting definition. I don't think that there's anything wrong with wanting long hair. But let's just, like, let's get rid of that notion. Let's get rid of that notion that your hair has to be long in order for it to look good, because that is a lie from the pits. Also, you don't need a bust down, okay? You don't need a bust down to look good either. The girls might want to tussle with that one as well. But again, like, you don't need a bust down to look good either. Now, if you want a bust down, you know, every once and again or what have you, like, do that. But like, if you cannot walk out of your house, if you cannot walk outside of your house without a bust down, or if you just have to have a bust down to quote unquote feel like yourself, I feel like there's a problem. There might be a problem. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like there might be an issue. There might be a problem. Last but not least, Last but not least, hair growth. All right, hair growth isn't always about genetics. Sometimes it is simply about care. They say hair grows regardless, like half an inch every month. So we have 12 months in a year. 12 months? Yes, there are 12 months in a year. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, right? That was 6 groups in total. So again, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That is a total of 6 inches per year. So your hair grows regardless. Hair growth is not always about genetics. Sometimes it is simply about care, hair care. That brings me to the end of this video, okay? Again, I would like to stress, these are simply my opinions. Do not take what I say as Bible. I simply wanted to share my thoughts on the matter. Let me know, are there any unpopular opinions, or it doesn't even have to be unpopular. Are there any opinions you have on natural hair? Do you agree or disagree on any of the unpopular opinions that I mentioned? Is there anything in the natural hair community that you agree with in general or disagree with? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's start a conversation. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you do not miss an upload from me. Until next time.